Hello Year 2 and welcome back to your online home learning. I'm here to join you this morning for us to do some maths together. I'm going to share my screen and we will get started. Okay, here we are. Hopefully you can see what I can see now. Now, just before we start our learning, we're going to revisit the learning we were doing on Friday. You were learning to double on Friday. So I'd just like you to have a go at completing these sentences. The first one is double 3 is, double 7 is. Now these ones are a little bit more tricky because you've been given what the answer is, but not what you found double of. So double something is 20, double something is 24. Okay, so hopefully there you'll be able to spend some time solving those. We'll go through the answers in a moment. Okay, so looking at the first one then, double 3 is 6. The next one, double 7 is 14. Now for these ones, you need to think about doing the opposite. So we've got the answer. So here, you need to try and find half of these numbers. So half of 20 would be 10. So just check, double 10 is 20. Yes, that's correct. And let's find half of 24. Half of 24 would be 12. So double 12 is 24. Yes, that's correct. Okay, well done for those last two especially, because they were quite tricky. Okay, so looking at our learning for today then. Today, we are learning to know the 2 times table. Okay, now we've looked at the 2 times table quite a lot in Year 2 so far, but we're just going to be revisiting it and looking at those multiples of 2. So first of all, I want you to have a look at this 100 square. You may want to get a bigger one up on your screen, and I want you to look for the multiples of 2. What are the multiples of 2? And see if you can spot a pattern. You might be able to spot more than one pattern. Okay, pause the video here and have a think about those multiples of 2. Okay, I'm just going to get my pen and I'm just going to circle some of those multiples of 2. So if we look on our 100 square here, 2 is our first multiple of 2, and then we jump 2 more spaces to 4, and we jump 2 more to 6, 8, and 10. Those are our multiples of 2 in that first row there. Now if we were to look at the pattern then, I wonder what you found was the pattern. So one thing you might have noticed is that all of the multiples of 2 are even numbers. 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10 are all even numbers, which means they can be shared equally into 2 groups. Okay, so that would be one pattern. Another pattern is the numbers 2, 4, 6, 8, and 0. And if you look at the rest of the multiples, even if the 10's digit changes, that 1's digit still stays the same. 2, 4, 6, 8, and 0 is always the 1's digit. Okay, so well done if you managed to spot those patterns. Maybe you spotted some more patterns which I haven't talked about. Okay, so we have got a picture of some eyes here. I'd like you to try and count in 2s to calculate how many eyes there are. And thinking back to our multiplication, how many groups of 2 can you see? Have a go at writing a multiplication number sentence to match this picture. Okay, so hopefully you've managed to count in 2s to try and find the total of how many eyes there are and had a go at writing a multiplication number sentence. So if we were looking at how many groups of 2 we have, let's count together. 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 groups of 2. So if we were to look here, we have 4 groups of 2, and the total is 8. Count with me in twos. 2, 4, 6, 8. There are 8 eyes in total. Okay, let's have a look at another example. Now we've got some number tracks this time. These number tracks are counting in twos. So as you can see here, we have 2, 4, then a blank space, 8, another blank space, 12. And then here we have 14, 16, 18, 2 blank spaces, and then 24. And here we have blank spaces each side, and 2, 4, 6, and 8 given to you there. Have a go at writing these sequences out on your piece of paper and have a go at filling in those gaps. You may want to look back at the 100 square that we looked at the start of our learning today to give you some help looking at that pattern. Okay, and also the challenge X there, how many 2s go into 16? So if I was to count up in 2s all the way to 16, how many 2s would there be? Okay, let's look at the answers together then. So, looking at our number tracks, 2, 4, so 6 there, and 10 there. Looking at these gaps here, 20 and 22. And then this one, you may have found this a little tricky to think of the 0 going at the start there. So 0 and 10. And the answer to the challenge X is 8 2s go into 16. So if I was to count in 2s up to 16, count with me, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. I have 8 fingers showing, that's 8 2s go into 16. Okay, so finally for your practice before we start our main activity, we've got some bikes here. And each bike has 2 wheels. So have a think, how many wheels are there on 5 bicycles? So if one bicycle has 2 wheels, how many wheels are there on 5 bicycles? Okay, and then for your challenge X there, if there are 14 wheels, how many bicycles are there? So there's 14 wheels in total. How many bicycles are there? Okay, and I want you to see how you can use this image to help you solve the problem. Pause the video here and have a go at answering that practice question. Okay, so let's have a look at the answers together then. So I'm going to count in 2s to help me find the answer to this question. I'm going to count 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Okay, so there are 10 wheels on 5 bicycles. And if I wanted to write that as a multiplication number sentence, my multiplication number sentence would be 5 multiplied by 2 equals 10, because I have 5 groups of 2. And the challenge X, maybe you had a chance to have a go at this question. If there are 14 wheels, how many bikes are there? There are 7 bicycles if there are 14 wheels. Okay, so finally let's have a look at our task for today. What I'd like you to do is to draw a pictorial representation to help you solve each of these multiplication number sentences. So all of these number sentences are counting in 2s. So you'll need to count in 2s to help you find the answer. Just like the pictures we've seen, so pictures of bikes, you may want to draw pairs of socks, pairs of shoes, or we've got pairs of eyes, anything that has pairs to help you to find the totals to these number sentences. Once you've done that, you may want to have a go at these missing number problems for our challenge X. First one is 3 multiplied by something equals 6. Something multiplied by 2 equals 20. And something equals 8 multiplied by 2. Okay. And finally, we're going to have a look at our fluency number sentence. Our fluency number sentence today is 35 add 9. Pause the video here and just have a go at working that one out. Okay, so the answer to this would be 44. 35 add 9 equals 44. Okay, thank you so much for joining me for our maths learning today. I'm looking forward to seeing you later on for some computing together. Have a great rest of your morning and I'll see you a little bit later. Bye-bye.